very good morning to you and welcome to the news at 11 here on Premier 93.5 FM. We begin with the headlines. President Tinubu urges NLNG management to harness gas resources for economic gains. 12 die in Algeria wildfires. NFF president resigns. Which head of state was overthrown this day in history? Find out in our Lest We Forget segment. Heart of the matter is on checkmating arbitrary increase in prices of goods. You can track us on www.radionigeriaibadan.gov.ng, X, Instagram and Facebook at PFM935 Ibadan. I'm Emilia Ojimudia. Now the details of the news. President Bola Tinubu has urged the management of the Nigeria Liquefied Natural Gas (NLNG) to do all within its powers to ensure Nigeria derives maximum benefits from its gas reserves rather than allowing them to be flared. The president made the call at the State House, Abuja, where he received members of the NLNG board led by its managing director and chief executive officer, Mr. Adeleye Falade. President Tinubu urged the NLNG to convert potential environmental liability to what could be strategically and economically beneficial to the consumers in the country. He commended the team for maximizing and increasing the organization's capacity, adding that the company was ensuring a good return on investment. President Tinubu assured the team of the federal government support to help them maximize the organization's potential for Nigeria's benefit. The Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) will this Saturday display the list of candidates for the February 6, 2027 governorship and state houses of assembly elections. The governorship election will be conducted in 28 states, while state houses of assembly elections will be held in all the 36 states of the federation. The commission had said the publication of the candidate lists was part of its preparations for the 2027 general election and would enable political parties, candidates and the public to verify the information submitted to the commission. It is also expecting political parties contesting the presidential and national assembly elections to submit their final lists of candidates on Saturday ahead of the publication of the final list on the 12th of next month. Members of the Vigilante Group of Nigeria, VGN, or Oyo State Command, have apprehended a suspected kidnapper at a Fulani settlement near Ikpakbo, Itesiwaju local government area of the state. According to reports made available to Radio Nigeria, the VGN also recovered 4,238,000 naira from the kidnapper, which is believed to be his share of 10 million naira ransom allegedly collected from a victim. Christian wake for Deaconess Hannah Idugbe will hold today at the family's residence, Idugbe Street of St. James's School, Iyano Church, Ibadan, at 5 o'clock in the evening. According to a statement by the family, an interment service would hold tomorrow at CAC Okeiron District Headquarters, Abayomi Bus Stop, Iwo Road, Ibadan, at 9 o'clock in the morning. Deaconess Hannah Idugbe died on the 13th of last month at the age of 70. She is survived by her husband and children, including Elizabeth Idugbe, a contract staff with Radio Nigeria, Ibadan. You're on to the news at 11 here on Premier FM 93.5 from the stable of Radio Nigeria. We'll be back in a moment to stay with us. We're glad to know you're still there. Now, this day in 1976, the Christian Association of Nigeria, CAN, was established. Same day in 1985, General Muhammadu Buhari was overthrown in a coup and General Ibrahim Babangida became the head of state. And to the foreign scene now, at least 12 people have been killed and dozens injured as wildfires burn through large swathes of northern Algeria. Civil protection authorities said dozens of blazes swept through several provinces along the country's northern coastline. According to the Interior Minister, Sayoud, at least 54 people had suffered burn injuries, with at least 6 of them being treated in intensive care. The deaths come as northern Africa swelters under a severe heat wave, with Tunisia and Algeria particularly affected. Rescuers are looking for survivors after a massive flash flood on the Nepal-Tibet border, with homes destroyed, roads swamped, and bridges swept away by surging mud and water. According to reports, more than 800 people are missing in Nepal, and at least 177 bodies have been recovered so far, with rescue efforts complicated by rain and geography. And now to sports. The president of the Nigeria Football Federation, NFF, Ibrahim Gusau, and several members of the federation's executive committee have resigned amid mounting pressure over the management of Nigerian football. According to reports, the NFF board had come under intense scrutiny following a series of setbacks, including Nigeria's historic failure to qualify for the FIFA Women's World Cup for the first time. The development also comes after the Department of State Services, DSS, and the National Intelligence Agency, NIA, said they are investigating allegations that some senior officials of the Nigeria Football Federation, NFF, may be working with foreign interests to undermine Nigeria's national security. Nigeria belongs to us all. Contribute your quota to its development. Let's now bring you heart of the matter for today, which takes a look at checkmating arbitrary increase in prices of goods. It is written by an intern from Ladukia Kintola University of Technology, Lautech, Ogbomoso, Oyo State. Amatul Kwayum Abdul Salam.
Prices in Nigerian markets don't just rise with the economy. It's like wings, and once they fly up, they forget how to land. This aptly describes the rise in prices of goods and services in the country, such that when economic conditions worsen, they rarely decline when those conditions improve, which is what Nigerians experienced. This aptly describes the rise in prices of goods and services in the country, such that when economic conditions worsen, they rarely decline when those conditions improve, which is what Nigerians experienced daily as a result of this phenomenon. It appears that the country is operating what could be described as a one-way economy, where prices move easily upward but almost never downward, with implications that are deep, particularly in the housing sector and the survival of the Nigerian middle class. If Nigeria must build a fair and functional economy, then it is pertinent for government to confront the economics of pricing through deliberate policy reforms, and if necessary, a strong executive bill supported by legislation. Perhaps the most prominent example can be seen in cement, a key input in housing construction, which is largely produced locally using the country's abundant limestone deposits. Yet, its price has surged dramatically within a short period. According to the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission, FCCPC, in its preliminary findings from its investigation into the cement industry, suggests possible price manipulation in the market. The agency disclosed that cement, which sold for about 3,500 naira per bag just a few years ago, has climbed sharply. By early this year, prices had risen to between 9,000 naira and 10,000 naira, and in several markets across the country. Cement now sells for 11,500 naira to 15,000 naira per bag, depending on location. The concern raised is not limited to cement alone, as the prices of many goods continue to rise across the country, which sellers will attribute to high transportation costs and unstoppable dollar rate. Although Government is trying on infrastructural development by disbursing more funds to the state government. It is important that state governments utilize this fund judiciously to reduce the price of goods. Governments can influence prices through monetary and fiscal policies such as appropriate taxation, the elimination of wasteful subsidies, and effective budget management can also contribute to price stability. Governments can also consider reducing import tariffs on essential goods, facilitate trade with neighboring countries, and promote regional and international trade agreements. Small and medium-scale enterprises play a significant role in driving economic growth and creating jobs as providing access to affordable credit. Simplifying regulatory procedures and offering training and capacity-building programs can empower SMEs. It is crucial for stakeholders to collaborate in implementing these strategies, ultimately benefiting the economy and improving the livelihoods of Nigerians.
That script on checkmating arbitrary increase in prices of goods was written by an intern from Ladoke Akintola University of Technology, Lautech, Ubumosho, Oyo State, Amatul Koyum Abdul Salam, and read by Belinda Quadri. So end the news at 11 on Premier FM 93.5 from the stable of Radio Nigeria. Here again are the day's top stories. President Bola Tinubu has urged the management of the Nigeria Liquefied Natural Gas and LNG to do all within its powers to ensure Nigeria derives maximum benefits from its gas reserves rather than allowing them to be flared. At least 12 people have been killed and dozens injured as wildfires burned through large swaths of northern Algeria. The president of the Nigeria Football Federation, NFF, Ibrahim Gusau, and several members of the federation's executive committee have resigned amid mounting pressure over the management of Nigerian football. For any information, contact us on these numbers 0802 334 5294 and 0803 242 9552, or visit us at number 617 Jibo Crescent, Yaganku Quarters, or Oba Adebimpe Road, Old Bagi Dube, Ibadan. You can also track us on www.radionigeriaibadan.gov.ng, Instagram and Facebook at PFM935 Ibadan. That ends the news at 11 on Premier FM 93.5, as put together by Uluwa Kayode Banjo. My name is Emilia Ujimudia, thanking you for your time. At 11:15, we'll bring you the translation in Yoruba, Akojokbo Iroi, and Ambassador Adetayo will take you through that.